Yes, hello, I'm Leon Phelps, proving to you since 2018 that Steve from Blue's Clues can grow a beard. So we're doing the lead parts to Rival, and I'm not divvying them up into Mike and Stone parts because here's what I think. If you look at the closer to 2,000 videos of Pearl Jam doing Rival, by the way, the Pink Pop 2000 videos, like, if you're not in love with this song, just watch that video and you will be in love with this song. Stone takes the first solo and the circus part, of course, and then Mike takes the rest of them. And then as you move closer to the present day, Mike takes all of them except for the circus part. But the thing is, at no point is any Mike solo anything at all like the binaural track. So I think, this is my educated guess, and someone tell me if you know the answer, that Stone does all the leads in Rival, but I could be wrong. Anyways, here's the first one right after How's a Father Supposed to Be Told? We are dealing with the B flat minor pentatonic scale. It sounds complicated, but all you gotta do is find B flat. That's the 6th fret of the E string, right? E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, or B flat. And then the minor pentatonic is this shape we know and love. It is 6, 9, 6, 8, 6, 8, 6, 8, 6, 9, 6, 9. Here we go. So you're gonna start on D6, and you're going to slide up with your ring finger from 6 to 8. Followed by G6, hammer on to 8, then bend it, and wiggle it frenetically, and then bend it again, and unbend it. 6, 8, both plucks, 6, 8, hammer on, again, and then D8, which you might want to employ your middle finger for that. It's just very convenient. But the thing worth noting is that these two hammer-ons at the end, it's like there's almost no 6 on the G string. It's a grace note. They're barely there. So here's that slow and then full speed. And full speed. Alright, I'll be back with the next part. Don't move. Did you move? Okay, good. So now we have the circus part, the weird, wonky Stone part that just makes this song so Stone. Alright, so the first note I do not think is the same guitar player who's playing the part, because it rings out. It could be a piano or it could be another guitar. It was in the recording, but I don't think it's the same performance. But nonetheless, if you want to do it, it's the 6th fret of the baby E string. Followed by G7, B5, 6, 5, 6, 8, 10, 8, 6, 5, back to G7. And then, mental comma there, that's the first half. Move it up 1 fret to the 8th fret of the G string, then a really quick D8, followed by G7, 8, 10, 8, and now this is where everything gets buried in the mix, but in the Pink Pop 2000 video, which I spoke so highly of not a couple of minutes ago, Stone goes B8, back to G8, so he's all... One thing I just noticed is that when Mike is doing this, he goes down to A flat and plays A flat minor, A flat major real quick. All you gotta do is take your middle finger off to make it minor, right? So the way that ties into this is you could go, that was 4-5 on the G string to mimic that. Or you could do whatever you fancy. You could mimic the vocal melody there. You could go, so that would tie in thusly. That's D6, G5, G8, and B9. Yeah, whatever you want to do there, you can do whatever you like. But here's what makes that really interesting. We were dealing with the minor pentatonic, the B flat minor pentatonic for the previous solo and for all the next solos, but this is the B flat major scale, so that gives it a happy sort of go lucky feeling in the first place. But let's just do our B flat major scale starting on the D string 8th fret. Now that is a B flat because the E string 6th fret is a B flat, and 1 octave higher is 2 frets higher and 2 strings down towards the ground. So there's a B flat. We're gonna go 8th fret on the D string, 5th fret on the G string, 7th fret, 8th fret, B string 6th fret, 8th fret, baby E string 5th fret, baby E string 6th fret. That is your B flat major scale, 1 octave worth, starting on that B flat. Now why do I mention this? It's because you might be saying to yourself, but Ryan, that note, first of all, that just sounded like The Simpsons. Second of all, that note's not in the scale. No, it's not. It is the note that's 1 note lower than the 5th note of the scale. Look, watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Do, re, mi, fa, so, in other words. And he's playing the flat 5th. It's commonly known as the blue note, and once you start noticing to notice for it, you'll see it all over the place. But he introduced that in right there. In fact, now that I've got Simpsons on the brain, that sounds like The Simpsons too. He introduced that flat 5 right there in this chord, so that's the reason why this circus part works. He couldn't have just thrown that in there. Well, it might have taken a little longer to get used to, but since we've been listening to it the whole song, doesn't quite sound so weird. Anyways, there it is. There's that part. Okay, next part coming up, don't move. Again, for a quick aside, the reason why it was reminding me of The Simpsons is because it is The Simpsons. Look, here's our B flat root, and then the flat 5th is right here, because here's the 5th. Simpsons. That's funny. That's why it was reminding me of that. Okay, bye. I mean, not really bye, just a little bit. All right, into the bridge. So, from D6 to 8, slide it with your ring finger, then G6, 8, 6, bend 8, then to B8, 6, 8, 6, and you can either play the E string 10th fret, or, well, it took a lot to say, the B string 15th fret, if you want to do a big epic slide. Followed by G6, 8, bend 8. So there it is. Yeah, so what gives with the B6 and the B8, because I just told you that the B flat minor pentatonic scale is 6-9, 6-8, 6-8, 6-8, 6-9, right? But we use 6-8 here. Whoever played this did a really cool thing and switched just for that little bit into the major pentatonic scale, or, you know, part of the major scale, which is 6-8, 5-8, 5-8, 5-7, 6-8, 6-8. So there's the, or, yeah, so that's neat. Okay, second half of the bridge coming right up. So, do your slide from D6 to E8, G6, G8, a half step bend, so we just want it to be, rather than, there's a difference, whole step bend, which would be, right, up 2 frets, half step bend, right there. Sounds like that, right? Just up 1 fret. So D6 to 8, G6, G8, half step bend, regular, back to 6, D8, and then here's the cool bit. You get both G and B 6th frets. And give it a little bend. And end it on D8. Another showing of the flat 5 here, that half step bend. Here's our B flat root. Here is our F 5th. Here is our next B flat root. Here is our next F 5th. And we did the Simpsons note. That's what we're going to call it from now on. Except we bent to it. Anyways, I think there's one more. Be right back. All right, and there's some noodlings in the B flat minor pentatonic leading up to the last thing that we would call like a solo part. So you can do whatever you like there. But the very last one utilizes the major pentatonic to begin again with our B string. This is another reason why I think it's stoned, because Mike doesn't often do these switches in between major and minor mid-riff. I mean, Eric Clapton does, and Stone's just goofy. I don't know, like if he really meant to, like really, or if he was like, man, that sounds cool, I'm gonna do that, but he didn't think about it till after what he had done. Anyways, so B6, 8, 6, D8, G6, bend G8, down to 6, 8, 6, D6 to D8. One more time. Can't start until the first beat. I missed. Here we go. Now full speed. Cool! And that is the lead parts for Rival. I hope you enjoyed, or maybe got something, maybe a little something, or maybe a lot of something out of all the theory talk there. But you know, that's some of the stuff that I really like, especially when it comes to Stone Gossard. So, thank you so much for being here in the basement with me, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.